All right. My name is Adi. My name is Adi Emifa Committee, as I've said, a 6A distributors of energy. This journey starts in 2022. Oh, thank you, Mr. Larry, for being here. I want to especially welcome you. You are highly welcome. Your time you are giving to us is not a waste. So other people will be joining us while the sections continue. Now, the journey started in 2022 when this young guy came all the way from Malaysia to Nigeria and bring this water machine called Kangen machine, and we get it installed, and he hit the floor by presenting what water should be. And that was a new shift in my life. And since that day, that was the last day of the month of July. So since that day and today, we're running with this wonderful vision. So this evening, I'm going to do a justice to presentation of this powerful technology that have been on for over 50 years. Kangen machine was produced in 1974. That was the year that they conclude on this wonderful research that they carried out for decades, and they produce this wonderful technology that produce Kangen water. Okay, this machine is very, very fantastic that it is actually a need of every home to ionize our water, irrespective of the water you have in your building. Like a situation where we have in Nigeria where most people dig borehole, well, government supply water, which is not always available, but borehole and well is actually common. That is where we need to get your water to go through test. But if you are in a situation, environment where government supply you water, all the basic filtrations will have carried out on that water. So such water can easily go into Kangen machine, and ionization will take place. And what this machine will produce is to separate positive electron out of the original water to remove oxidation out of the water, and gives you water that is free from oxidation that read negative. And that water we have what we call active hydrogen. And the only water you can actually get active hydrogen is getting water from the spring, that is rock water. Water that comes on heavy force from the rock in the bush, which is a location far away from where we live. And that was what made this group of Japanese doctors to run a serious test on water in 50. And they collect water in about 5 different locations: Lund, France, Mexico, Germany, India, and Saudi Arabia. And all the 5 locations have the same active hydrogen, which is not present in the regular water. And they also continue the research, and they discover using the titanium to make a plate. When water passes through an electric shocking on it, then the water will separate into 2 parts. And the one that is upper, which is the negative, have the same property of the spring water. And that was the birth of Kangen water in 1974. I just do the introduction of the company in a brief. Okay. In 1974, they were producing a bigger version of the machine, and it was used basically only in hospital in Japan, and was running in hospital for good 20 years until 1994, before they produced domestic model unit, which is level look SZ501, which as of today now, we have spent 31 years old, and distributions is made in every building, every corporate entities, individuals' homes, hospital, homes, and everywhere. As long as people in that place and they are drinking water, Kangen machine is actually needed. So let's go through the presentation and see how Kangen water can be the best, and why we should take a decision to own Kangen machine for the benefit of our families. So discover Kangen water. All right. I'll be doing some skipping because I don't want to waste our time. So illness and wellness continuum. Now, when you talk about being healthy, according to the previous video we watched, you see what Dr. Romishian is talking about, that your lifestyle, you are actually responsible for the health, for your personal health and the health of your family. Because being healthy, it has to do with your lifestyle, the kind of food you eat, the environment, the kind of water you go into your body systems. Are you eating food that is more of carbohydrate, fried food, and so on and so forth? This kind of food build acid reflux and tissues of cholesterol and so on and so forth that lead the body to ill health. Or you eat a natural food, which is veggies, fruit, vegetables, and so on, and good quality water. So if you do that, you fall on the alkaline body, which your body will begin to heal itself. So being healthy, we are actually responsible. Your doctor is not responsible to make you healthy. You are actually responsible to make yourself healthy and the health and your family. So we need to watch what we eat and what we drink. So what you drink, what you eat matters. What you eat and what you drink matters. All right, so not all water are created equally, because our presentation is going to base on water. So we won't be talking about the food, but we can be just talking about diet, which is very, very important. Like I tell people, once you install Kangen machine in your home, you need, one of the things to become to become healthy is that you need to bring in detoxification into your yearly cycle. Okay, because we always, we only think about how the food goes into our body, whether we don't think about how the food get out. And the only way food can get out is by through, evacuate our internal body systems, like the way we sweep our houses. So, and getting food out of your body systems, you have to consume more fruit that contain fiber, which you can't get it in carbohydrate. Basically, all the carbohydrate you consume, according to Dr. Romishinya, the one of his book that I studied, says that the food that you consume in a minute can remain in your body for the next 2 years, and you are still carrying it about as a waste in your body system. So you need to have the mindset of detoxification if you really want to be in good health. So that, and the best way to detoxify your body systems is by taking in fruits and also drink water. So let's look at water, which Kangen water is going to be the best our main presentation tonight. But how we can talk about water if we don't look at the present way of storage in water in our environment, which happen in all over countries of the world. Now, if you look, memory lane like 20, 30 years ago, water are not being kept in these plastics. Water are kept either from the government supply and you get it from the tap and you drink, or you go to the streams and get fresh natural water that contain no form of chemical, because the one government supply has been treated. So chlorine is there. Okay. So the best water actually have come from the natural springs or from the springs where you fetch and put it in a mud pot. Now, from the time that we started putting water in these plastics, and this is called cheap plastics, and we give it a name, we call it bottled water. But actually, it's not a bottled water. It is plastic water. If it is bottled, it could have been much more better, because bottle will keep the freshness of the water. But these cheap plastics was made with a chemical called bisphenol. And bisphenol, which is called BPA, leach a lot. The longer the water sticks, the more the water, the chemical leach and destroy the freshness of the water. According to World Health, every plastic water should be produced in pH of 7. But if the water stays in the bottle for 2-3 months, you see, check the pH of the water is no longer as that 7 pH, meaning it begins to deteriorate the freshness or the pH levels of the water. So this chemical is actually responsible for disease, both adult and children. I watched a video done by doctors, which I usually post it in my forum. This doctor says that every one of us will have plastics run in our bloodstreams. That if you drink water for this plastic for 10 years, you have a good numbers of plastics running in your bloodstreams that can make your blood to clot. And also those plastics, nanoplastics is also carcinogenous. So it's one of the things that are responsible for, the rate at which people have cancer in their body in the world we have today. So, like I said, water is not meant to be stored. Water is meant to collect fresh and drink fresh. And to get that in this modern age, you need my product that I'm about to present to you. Now, better health starts with better water. Let's see if Kangen will represent that. So this is the history. Like I've explained, how it started in the 1950s to having a machine done in 1974. And 1994, the domestic model was produced and distribution started. And in 2003, distribution left Okinawa, Japan, and moved to New York. From New York, they were able to spread to the old countries you are seeing today, which we run businesses in 25 countries. Nigeria make it 24. I think one other country from the Middle East make it 25, which is the latest branch. But UK now is on the pipeline. Actually, we hijacked the branch from UK. UK is supposed to be open since last year because they've already secured an office in UK. And they are still trying to get all the paper documents so that the office can start running. So UK will come up any moment from now. Now, the Energic run business in 25 countries and 42 locations, meaning some countries have more than one branch. Like in Africa, we only have Nigeria, which is Adini Jones. And from there, any countries from Africa will order machine from either Nigeria or order from France. Okay. So you can have your Kangen machine and all the office is working in full capacity to serve every customers within Africa. So let's go through it. Now, like I said, that in 50, group of Japanese doctors collect water in 5 locations which is half spring water. You can see the location, Dude, France, Mexico, India, Germany. And they discovered that in the 5 locations, which the research is led by Dr. Shiriatat, discovered that in the 5 locations where this water is fetched and taken to the lab, they all have same thing. And what is present there is called active hydrogen. And if active hydrogen is present in the water you consume, you and your family on daily basis, it's going to contain 3 major properties of 1, antioxidant, anti-aging, and negative ORP. ORP means oxidation reduction potential, meaning oxidation is not present in the spring water. Why? If you check regular water, is actually oxidation present. And we all know in the meaning of oxidation, it has to times with rottenness. So after production of Kangen machine in 1974, the water that is negative out of the water coming out from the machine is also have filled with active hydrogen. So here is the owner of the company, Mr. Oshiro. Since 1974, this man has been drinking water that is rich in active hydrogen. And presently, he celebrated a month of March is his birthday, which will normally go into Okinawa to celebrate his birthday. He celebrated 84 years old. Now, Energic is a Japanese company that manufactures medical-grade Kangen machine, which provide healthy therapeutic water for homes and office use. Kangen simply means return to origin. So what we are saying here is every time you are pronouncing Kangen or you are drinking Kangen water, you are simply telling your body, I'm taking in fresh water, water that have not any form of chemical, water that is free, that is natural, made. That's why the fact that the water is coming from your filtrations, from treatment and all that. I'm going to explain how this water is becoming natural without chemical. Okay, so Kangen means return to origin. So here is the machine. Level Look SZ511 that was produced in 1994 that is presently 31 years old. It produced 5 different types of water, like the same bigger size. We produce also 5 different types of water. Though you can call it 7 different, you are still correct. Okay, but before I talk about the water coming out, so let's look something on this machine. This black spot we are seeing, we have what we call filter there, but that filter is called antibacterial filter, anti-chlorine filter. So every water you pass through this machine, because this machine doesn't produce water, you need water in your building. So the water will go into this building, into this water, into this machine, at least should have minimum pH of 6.5 or 7. Okay? So once the pH is that, then it can go in. All right? So once the water goes in, the first thing that will receive the water is this antibacterial filter, anti-chlorine. In case if the water goes through filtrations and all that, there are chemicals, there are chlorine, this filter will remove all the chlorine, all the bacteria before the water can go through the main cabinets of titanium gemstones that will ionize the water and separate positive out, which we're dispensing under the machine, while from the upper hose we dispense Kangen water, which is active hydrogen water. So the pH can be set by pressing Kangen button. So the machine will give you 8.5. That is the lowest pH of the water once the ionization takes place. So the secondary hose will give you acid water. So if you press the button again, it will step it up to 9.0, meaning it will step it up. Now, we do that in case you just install your machine and we don't want you to just go straight and start taking the 9.5 pH, which might be presently too high to your body to be able to metabolize, because over the years, your body, you have built acid tissues in your body system. So if you introduce a higher pH, your body will tend to fight back. There are people that will give 9.5 and they started feeling feverish or headed because there is a serious rush of the pH into their body systems and their body wants to fight back. That is a lower concentration to a higher concentrations. Okay, so but when you start work from 8.5, then 1 week, the following week 9.0, then the last week you can now land yourself and your family in 9.5. So you won't feel any form of reactions by your body. So that's why they do that. Okay, so that's pH from 8.5 to 9.0 is a regular water for your body metabolisms and get rid of acid buildup over the years that lead to disease in the body. So the next button is clean water, which is 7.0 for baby consumptions water, for cooking, and also for medication. Baby you can't give water that is pH of alkaline, because at a newborn, their body is fresh with alkaline pH. So you don't give them alkaline pH, you give them neutral. For neutral here, there is no chemical, no chlorine. That is why you see doctor is telling antenatal mother not to give water to a newborn baby, because most water is coming from plastics and also coming from chemicals and so on. And usually it affects their respiratory system. So, but from Kangen machine, you can give babies like the way our mothers feed babies when we are seeing in the days of old. Okay, so, and also you can't use Kangen water to take your medication because doctors have prescribed that drugs for you according to your body marks. Okay, you are being recommended to go on 2 sachets morning, evening. So if you change it to Kangen water, reason why you cannot use it is because Kangen water is microclusters unit, meaning it will draw the drugs more into your cell. So we don't want to obstruct the doctor's programs on your medication. So we want you to use what? 7.0. If you now insist you want to use Kangen, then you have to reduce the intake of that drugs by half. So if you have to take 2 sachets, you take 1. So that does that. So there won't be any issues. Okay? It will still serve the purpose in your body system. So that is the water. So 7.0 is good for cooking, and also 8.5 is good for cooking. So anything above, you cannot use it for cooking. So next water is strong, beauty water. Beauty water, we're going to talk about it also, is for your skin, not for drinking, but for your skin and also for your plant. The pH is the exact same pH of our skin. So good, our skin will absorb it as fast to keep aging in a distance. So the last button will give us strong Kangen water, which is 11.5 and 2.5. Now, let me go back. If you click button of Kangen, so what comes out upper is Kangen, but the secondary hose is beauty water. Simultaneously, the 2 water come out at the same time. So the same thing, when you click the last button, strong Kangen water, it will give you 11.5 on the upper. So the secondary host will give you strong acid 2.5. So that is how you get the water. So when you click clean water comes from both sides, but you get it from the upper side. Is it clear? So that's how to operate the machine. So let's go in and check this water one by one. So remember, Kangen water has active hydrogen. Under active hydrogen, we have three major properties, so which we're going to talk about. First, we're going to address negative ORP, which is anti-oxidation, meaning oxidation is not there. That is why the water is become antioxidant. And antioxidants slow down aging in our body system. So that's why you see the lady is looking more beautiful, and you see the apple is fresh because it's not rotting, because oxidation is not present. So when you live in a highly oxidation environment, because oxidation is present in the air, physically, eyes, you cannot see it. So when you live in highly toxicated environment, such people in that such environment will age faster. And when you give an apple a bite, within such 10-15 minutes become brown, which become rotten. So you can quickly recognize oxidation. So another thing you can also see oxidation is tomato. When it's fresh, no oxidation, then the meal or the soup takes nice. But once become rotten, that is oxidation present. So in apple and tomato, you know oxidation. But when it comes to water, you cannot know. So whether it is open or it is closed, water is pure, is natural color. So living tissue plus oxidation in water is equal to sickness. Meaning, if the water you are consuming is actually oxidation text, that is, it text oxidation present, then in a longer time, you will build acid tissues. And acid tissues will make disease to have waves in your entire body, meaning your immunity will begin to drop. So there is a test you can carry out on your water to check whether oxidation is present or not. So we're having a meter called ORP meter, oxidation reduction potential meter. We check the reading. So you can also use it in anything that is liquid, either your drinks, your beer, or anything. As long as it's liquid, you can check it. All right. But here we're going to base it on fruit, cod liver oil, and vitamin C and water. Now, when you blend that your organic fruit, you blend it, okay, it becomes liquid. Then you can drop the sensitive part of this meter and it will show negative of 100. That is why you see fruit is 100. Fruit is antioxidant. That is the most common thing in all fruit. Fruit have different kind of nutrients, but antioxidant is common in all. And antioxidant is needed in our body supply on daily basis to keep the healing property in our body system. But usually we don't eat fruits. And even when you eat GMO fruit, or you eat fruit that is chemically modified or genetically modified, or that have been also injected a lot of chemical pesticide, herbicide, and so on and so forth. So this fruit is no longer doing the work of fruit. There's a particular doctor called Dr. Regna Bag who did a research on our body daily diet that we need to consume 80% of alkaline food and 20% of acid food to maintain a daily balanced food diet. And it now lists food under alkaline and food under acid. Under alkaline, we have fruit, vegetables, and water. Under acid, we have carbohydrates, all the fried food, and also on and so forth, including water. But you tell me, most of the food that we consume are actually like 95, even 99.9% is carbohydrate. So that is why you see Kangen water is needed in every home or every offices. So now, if you use a meter to read fruit, it's going to read negative 100 and above, caliber or 200, but a glass cup of Kangen water will read 400 and above, meaning Kangen water contains more of antioxidant than fruit. Meaning, if you eat, doesn't mean if you start eating fruit, capital no. Eat your fruit, then use Kangen to make your smoothie. Drink Kangen water after your fruit to get more benefit from that fruit. Remember, energy is promoting healthy living through water and through quality of healthy food that you eat. So if your food or your water is coming from plastics, from sugar drinks, sodas, and soft drinks, tap water, they are all negative reading from the meter. The millivolt is going to give you reading of numbers without a minus. That is present of oxidation, and it will oxidize your body cell and weaken the cell. But why this other side is, free from oxidation, and that water will give strength to the body and remove stress out of your body system. So I have a video. Let's watch it to get more facts about this. So here we have some water. The first water is tap water. It's very needed in our presentation. The second water is reverse osmosis bottled water, which is a mineral water, very expensive bottled water. The next one is Abina, also very expensive mineral water, meaning it's chemically based water. Sugar drinks, soft drinks. The next one is Kangen water from Kangen machine. All right, so if you have Kangen water there, let's have a chair. I always have my Kangen water with me. Okay, so here is ORP meter, oxidation reduction potential meter. Oxidation reduction potential meter. So you can see it in the water now. In the tap water, reading is 1 millivolt of 400, no minus, is positive. That is rotten water. The same thing, mineral water, there is no difference. The same thing, but check between water and sugar. You that you love taking soft drinks, malt, sugar, and so on and so forth, name them. You can see it's higher, but Kangen water, you can see the negative, meaning it's fresh, meaning antioxidant water. Fresh water that keep your body tissues, that keep your body healthy, that help your cell to be able to fight against any oxidative stress of cancerous cells or whatever. Because lack of this oxygen, this water, when it gets to your body system, becomes oxygen. So lack of it in the body system, it will create, your body will create what we call hypoxia. And hypoxia will develop more of acid tissues. And that is the presence of, that is the situation or the body system that the cancerous cells love to thrive and dominate the body system. So, but when you inject, you start drinking Kangen water, those cancerous cells are beginning to be in big trouble. So, you can imagine you have Kangen machine in your home and the water you are drinking is coming from this machine. You are simply protecting the health of your family so that whatever money you make in whatever thing you are doing, is it business, is it working and all that, you can, channel your money into different things. You can budget and do whatever you want to do. But not that if your child is sick, then you begin to carry it and be spreading the money you have made from your hard earned work. Okay, so we want to look at the antioxidant present in fruit versus a glass cup of water. In banana, you need to eat 94. In carrot, that is about 38 stick of carrot to equate 1 glass of Kangen water in terms of antioxidant. So, but you can eat your fruit a little and also take a lot of, Kangen glass cup of Kangen water. Now, the second property is called anti-aging, which is alkaline. Doctors usually frown talking about don't step in to take alkaline water. The reason is they know that getting water being alkaline is usually through chemicals, because by adding baking soda into regular water become alkaline, or lime into regular water become alkaline. Those are addictions. Those are inductions. You induce the water with chemical to step up the pH of the water. So the structures of the water is still intact. So, or you pump water into your tank and has the guy that treats water to treat it to step up the pH, to dose it to alkaline pH. Or there are bottles that's on network marketing bottles, they call it alkaline bottle. All that are inductions. As long as there is no separations, it can be categorized as a natural alkaline water, which if you drink such kind of water, it is your kidney that will be breaking down water, the molecules, to a smaller unit before your cell can receive the alkaline. So within a short time, your organs will start having issue because every water you drink, your body is breaking it down. So The breakdown is done in Kangen machine by that separations. So meaning when you drink Kangen water that is alkaline, it has no business with any of your organ. Rather, it helps organ to perform optimally. So how do we check water alkaline tests? One, you can use pH scale or pH digital or the chart, which we are having chart here. So charts start from 0 and end in 14. Middle of it is 7, which any water that receives the liquid, the potential liquid hydrogen that is show green, that is neutral. Anything below 7, which is light green, yellow, orange, red, is acid water. And acid will lead for longer consumption to sicknesses, which is acid tissues. Anything above is alkaline, which is healthy body. So I have other video too that also help us on this. So let's sit back and work. We still have the same water. Okay. Here we have the potential hydrogen liquid, which you can use to test the water to check the alkaline pH. Remember, there are also water too that also become alkaline. Those are inductions. Meaning when you consume it, it's your kidney that will break it down. So you can see that, all right, the tap water is neutral. But reverse osmosis are flattening up the mineral, that's why it's pure acid. But the other one are chemically induced, which is Lavina and the second one. But sugar is pure acid. Kangen water is purely alkaline, which is natural. So when you change your water to Kangen, then Kangen begins to change your acid tissue gradually as you are drinking it. That's what you are seeing is happening here, because physically you cannot see, but we are showing it to you in the live demonstrations. That's why we say change your water, change your life. But what sugar? Sugar will not change, because that guy's pure acid and a little cup of sugar after you are starting drinking Kangen water. Your body cell immediately take body back from alkaline to acid, meaning sugar is highly concentrated, and every time we are drinking, it's like we are inviting disease into our body. We are trying to weaken our immunity so that disease can have its presence in our body systems. I'm telling you, changing your water and the water of your whole family to Kangen water, you are doing a whole lot of, better for your families. And I tell you, once Kangen water helps you to build your tissues of alkaline, so that drugs you take will respond faster. That food you take, your body will get access to the nutrient. That supplement you drink, your body will respond faster compared to somebody that's having acid reflux. Acid tissue, because when it becomes too high, it becomes acid reflux that can lead to ulceratives in the body systems. So, but when I'm still talking about just the acid-based tissues, it prevents your body from accessing nutrient in food, in anything that goes to your body system. So Kangen water or Kangen machine in your home is a whole lot of good you are doing to your whole family. So let's cap up the pH of alkalines. A doctor did a research, his name is called Dr. Otto Eric Warburg, did a research in 1923 and won a physiology Nobel Prize in 1991, and he proved in his works that the metabolism of tumor, it demonstrated that all forms of cancer are characterized by two basic conditions, which is acidosis and hypoxia. The meaning of hypoxia is lack of oxygen. That is, oxygen that is lacking in those regular water that is showing positive, it builds up acid tissues. And acid tissues give room for cancerous cells. But when you introduce Kangen water, which is contain negative, which is oxygen based, then cancerous cells are in problems, and the body now build on alkaline, which becomes your body, healthy. So it now says deprive a cell 35% of oxygen. Those good cells can become cancerous cells in less than 48 hours. So Kangen water is needed in every home. So you agree with me? So the last property we're going to address is called microcluster. Microcluster is talking about small water cluster that lead to easy absorptions in the human body. What does that mean? Now, human body is made up of 70% of water. That is why you can't survive if you don't drink water. You can't survive, because your body system is made up more of water. So If you don't drink water, you'll be able to survive. But if you don't eat food, no problems. As long as you are taking water, you can survive days. All right? So, because water too is like a food in the body systems. I tell you, since I started drinking Kangen water since 2022, I only eat once in a day. It's only when I'm home that I can have access to 2 food, breakfast and dinner. But once I'm outside in Lagos, I eat once in a day. What my food is, Kangen water every now and then. Everybody knows me on that. That's why you see me, I've already shaped up. I'm no longer fat like before, like when I build a lot of fat in my body system. So to intensify that your body is more of water, meaning your body needs more of water. You can see the percentage ratios of statistics of water in all the organs in the body. Look at the brain, it's about 70% of water. Even bone is 22% of water. To tell you that water is essential, is important in your daily survival. Reason why your water needs to be micro. 1, supply channel of nutrient into the body. Nutrient from food, from supplement, from drug, for anything that goes into your body systems, the water you drink after will determine whether those nutrients will get into your body. 2nd, detox channel of waste out of the body. Every food you consume, a larger portion of the food is actually waste and it stocks in your colon. So the water you now drink after that food will determine whether those food will go, those waste will get out of your body systems. So if the water is not micro, there is no how those food. That's why Dr. Romishina says you can eat meal and still carry for the next 2 years, and that waste of that food is still stuck in your colon. That's why they said death actually is in the colon. That's why I recommend most of the time, if you're having Kangen machine in your home, do 1 week. Only fruit and water. Only fruit and water, no other food. Do that 4 times in a year. You see how your health will improve. That time your body consume of the fruit, your body will also take more of water, and it will detoxify your body systems, your cell, everything, all your blood pH, everything will normalize. Okay, so do that. So let's go for that. Microclass is talking about better hydrations. Okay, and elimination of toxics happen because the water is micro. If the water is not micro, it won't get out to the cell to be able to help the cell to rejuvenate. Regular water is H2O, which we know that in chemistry. And the molecules about, what water molecules about ball is like ball. So it's bulk like say 15 to 20 in molecule structures. And it limits the absorption. That's why if you drink regular water, you feel it, it started making, heaviness in your stomach, and your mouth be demanding for you to drink more. Why? You are in dehydration state most of the time because the water you drink does not get access to your cell. That is where you need the water. So same water go through this machine and separation happened, and it makes it to antioxidant level and also take it to alkaline level and also break down the molecule to like 5 to 6, which is a smaller unit of H2O. Make it easier to get access to your body. Now, I make an example of a orange, a bump of, a whole ball of orange to enter into a hole. Or you take the same orange, you slice it into like 16 pieces. It makes it more easier to be able to get access to path. That is just the simple analogy of what we are talking about here. How Kangen water becomes a smaller unit of molecules that get access to the body systems. So let's go and check that. So what I'm going to use to demonstrate this, we're going to use a tea bags. A tea bags is we're using to represent our body systems as our body's functioning. All right. Now, to make a tea, you boil the water. At that water regular you boil is micro at that hotness. So that hotness was able to penetrate the tea and bring out the tea. But once Kangen water is not being boiled, but it brings out the tea while the regular water is still struggling. This is what happens to your body when you consume regular water, and because the molecule is bulky, the body finds it difficult to recognize that you have drank water. So it takes a longer time for your body to receive it. That's why when you boil water when you are sick, your body responds. Anything you consume, the drugs will respond because it will take the drug faster to your cell. Now, the second one we want to check is the water you drink after that meal, after that drug, after that supplement. What happens? Is it micro or is it destroying the drugs or destroying the food? That is regular water does. So micro water does a lot of benefit in your body system. That's what you are seeing there. You see the regular water, it neutralizes the nutrient, I mean the tea, why Kangen water multiply the cell. So that is it. So these microclusters is the main secret of Kangen water, so that your body can get access to antioxidant, the first property, and also the second property, which is alkaline, for a better body functioning. Thank you for that. So what I'm telling you tonight is not a theory that have not been proved or tested by professional. Rather, professional even write a books. The first is the video we watched before I started the presentation, done by this doctor. You are seeing Dr. Romishinya, a co-inventor of colonoscopy. This guy, he has made his name in the field of medicine, and he's a Japanese American, and he was one of the guys that blew up Kangen machine in US, that made it a household name, that made people to get to know about it, because he wrote 4 books, and in that books, we're going to show it to you, he talks about Kangen water and said this is the best, and that's why he said he has never signed any death warrant on any of his patients. Okay, it takes them through that colonoscopy to get, I mean, if the colon is ruptured and all that, to be able to solve all the problems and get rid of all the waste that is accumulated there, and place them on diet, and also place them on Kangen water. So he wrote a book called Enzyme Factor, which I'm going to also check it. Another person who is not a doctor, but he's the director of American Anti-Cancer Institute. That is Bob G. Wright. He writes a book called Killing Cancer, Not People. Then the next one is Dr. Dave Carpenter, a naturopathic doctor. This guy, he wrote a book called Change Your Water, Change Your Life, meaning he gave Energic his slogans named for the water, which is Change Your Water, Change Your Life. And we call it the Bible of Kangen water. If you need it after this presentation, I can send to you, because we have it on PDF file. We also have the hard copy, which you can read in order to get more. Then Peggy Parker, who talks about the usefulness of Kangen water in everything, in so many things in a home. Your ear, your eyes, your nose, your cleanness, your plants, your pets, everything. He talks about it. So you need those books. If you want them, have them on PDF file. So let's go for that. On Killing Cancer by G. Wright, he said on page 13 of the book, he said, step 3 of the cancer diet, restructures ionizer water, could save your life. Talking to people that have cancer. Another page is 158. He said, I believe that ionizer water is a mandatory baseline requirement for those with cancer. All right. On page 168, he said, if I were looking for electrolyzer unit today, I would choose SZ501 made by Energy Company. He now gave it a name. He says simply Rolls Royce of water ionizer, meaning there are other ionizer out there, but this is the best ionizer machine. Okay, you know, Rolls Royce is not something that is easy to purchase. So many is a premium product you are purchasing. Kangen machine, been in business for 30 years, because this book was written 20 whole years ago. Now, on page 170, said, I have no financial interest in an energy company, nor do I receive any remuneration for my recommendation. Meaning, he's saying that I'm not being paid to do what I'm doing or to put all these things in my book, but I'm simply sharing my experience to help humanity, so that when you are sick, there's a hope for you. Dr. Romishinya is a professor of surgery in Abasin College of Medicine, New York, chief endoscopy, meaning even the endoscopy from the mouth, he also contributes to that successful of that procedures. And on this enzyme factor on page 159, said Kangen water is alkaline-rich water. The pH range between 8 to 9, and he consider the very best of drinking water because of incomparable power of hydration, detoxification, and antioxidation. The same property we talked about. So here is for that 4 books he wrote before. The guy died, I think, about 6-7 years ago, okay, at the age of 86 years old, but his legacy lives on, all right? His legacy lives on. You agree with me? So here, testimony or that he was able to record it with Kangen water and diet system. You can see this person with respiratory systems, which the body is filled with a lot of acid. That's why you see the toxic is loaded in the colon. 3 months of drinking Kangen and being on diet, the systems are cleansed up. That's why it's one of the things that makes me to place people on fruits for 7 days for you to proper detoxification of the body system, so that your body organs can function, I mean, normally. All right? Detoxification is very, very important. Here is someone with chronic constipations and breast cancer. And you can see the colon is filled up with a lot of toxic. 3 months of drinking Kangen and being on diet. This is someone with cancer, but this guy is already running through chemo. You remember, chemo target both good cells and bad cells in the body and leave the body dead. That's why you see the internal system is burnt. 3 months on diet and also on Kangen water, the systems is cleaned and all the cells are back to normal. So the body begins to function normally. So meaning all the toxicity deposited by the chemo has been flushed out of the body systems. This is the first testimony we recorded. We have a lot of them. Okay. In fact, so many of them are not even giving us access to take their testimony anymore. And we don't care. As long as we know them, they come to office, they share to us. If you bring a camera to record them, they will not accept. Okay, it's okay. We're not quarreling with you about that. There's a woman that gave her testimony. She said, and I know this woman for over 15, 20 years ago in a former company that I was. She was now telling me that in those years that we've known that she's not herself, because for good 12 years, he was unable to sleep. And he said, why I see her buying Kangen machine, that she owned 3 Kangen machines, all right? 1 in her house and 2 centers. 1 center in Port Harcourt and 1 center in Lekki, because she lives in Lekki. He said because it was when she started drinking Kangen water that she started sleeping again. So we have a lot of testimony that is so crazy that you might be even skeptical to believe it, but it is true. We are not faking anything. But I like telling people, have your own personal experience with this water so that you can know that this is a different kind of water. This lady in 2022, she finished 6 pounds of chemo from Bangkok Teaching Hospital in Elishan. And in month of August, a friend gave her a call that there's a miracle water in Maryland, which she healed to the call, and she came down. And she explained to Simon, then I'm still learning the process, because I think it's the same week that we started the business. So she came and Simon said, give her 11.5. We're going to talk about 11.5. 10 minutes after, we started loading her with a fresh 9.5 from the machine. Less than 45 minutes, she started stooling and peeing. So meaning the detox started immediately. She started going to the toilet, even vomiting, peeing, pooing, vomiting. It becomes so crazy that the lady that brought her became so afraid. She was the one encouraging the lady that the water is working in me. Let me go through the process. The photograph we are seeing is 5 weeks after she started drinking the water. She started walking on her own. This is 9 months. If you see her now, Titi is, I think, is 59 years old. Okay, but you won't believe, you think she's just like 40 years old, because the body have regenerated back. So that is the first testimony. So you can also go to Google and ask the drinkers of Kangen. You'll be amazed to see all these people you are seeing. So this is the machine. It produces 5 different types of water. The next water is clean water. I've explained about clean water for babies, for medications, and also for cooking. Beauty water. Let's go on beauty. We have another machine called an ESPA. An ESPA, you can also buy it if you don't want to collect Kangen, beauty water from Kangen machine. You don't want to be taking water from kitchen to bathroom. You can buy an ESPA. Install in your shower. And hot can go in, cold can go in. And it will remove chlorine, remove bacteria, and give you exact pH of water into your body skin. And you see the age will be. So let's look at the using of an ESPA or taking beauty water from Kangen machine. All your wrinkleness will be off, all the dryness, all the too much oil and all that, perspiring. In fact, there was a lady who started drinking Kangen water, and she said she can't stay too long inside AC, and she can't sit too long in a place. So the lady started drinking, she started collecting the water, her friend introduced it to her and all that. You can't believe she came for my presentations purposely because she's seen a lot of drastic change in her body systems. So she was sitting on a green presentation. She now said, when they now get to testimony side, she said that Kangen water has really helped her, that she's the one sitting down here. She said before she can't stay in the AC and she can't even sit in a place for too long. She said because her body started itching and sweating like crazy and all that. It was, we know that something is happening to her. He said, look at her, she's okay. And she already drink the water less than 2 weeks. So a lot of crazy testimonies are really coming in, which you need to have a test or put your own and see your own result. So Our life will look like if we can keep our body like when we are still young to date. So change your water, change your life so that you can become more handsome and more beautiful. Keep your body intact. So the last, second to the last water, which is 11.5, it is not recommended for regular drinks, but on emergency cases, 11.5 can help, like someone suffering from respiratory attack, like that's asthmatic attacks, or somebody's convulsing, or somebody's so weak and he needs something to give energy. 11.5 a glass cup can do the magic. I'm telling you. Then you cannot go to hospital for subsequent examinations and properly treatment. You see, we don't stop you from taking your drugs. We don't stop you from following your doctor prescriptions and all that. We're only asking you to change your water to Kangen water. That's all. So that even that thing that doctor is giving you can work perfectly in your body system. That's just what Kangen water stands for. So 11.5, a little dose of it into the body, while you need the 9.5 minimum 2 to 3 liters every day for balance your water protocol in your body systems. You see your body system started responding as fast as possible. So 11.5 is basically used for fruit and vegetables in a home. You know, every food we are eating, we are cooking and all that, they are coming from the farm. Farmers use oil-based chemicals because farmers know that oil and water don't mix. So that's why they use oil-based. So that when the rain fall on the farm, the chemical will not be washed up. So they don't need to spray it again. That's why they use oil-based. But after harvesting those crops, the chemical is still there. That's why you need 11.5 from Kangen machine to soak your beans that have been initiated with sniper to send away weevils, your apple that is coated with wax so that you can remove all that, because all these things also is affecting our health. Gradually, you are consuming it, it's going through your body systems. So 11.5 can do the magic. So let's watch a video that can help. So here we have the demonstration of 11.5. Remember, oil and water don't mix. But let's watch the magic. Maybe it could, the reverse will be the case. Regular water is in that jar, while the bottle is 11.5. Remember, oil and water don't mix. Oil stay afloat. That is the case of regular tap. The oil stay afloat. There, you can't mix it. But here is 11.5 because this particular one is very, very micro. It's tiny. You can break the oil and emulsify it. You can't separate them anymore. So that's why you see you can soak your beans, your rice, your turkey, your vegetables, and all that. So let's check another farm produce to see the result. Somebody asked what is pH of, I'm trying to check what he wrote. All right. Recommended pH for 6 years old. Don't worry. From nine, we'll talk about it when I get to the question and answer. We'll talk about it when we get to question and answer. All right. So this is the regular water. You can only remove sand and dust. But watch the 11.5. Within short time of soaking it, you can imagine if it stays like 10 minutes inside that water. Watch the result. That is not tea. That is not Lipton. That is a pesticide, the herbicide that we have been eating from all this food. And this is gradually hitting our cells and is causing ill health. So you need to be on the know, having Kangen machine in your kitchen so that you can save your life and also the life of your children. If it is not safe to breathe, how can it save to eat? The guy protect himself and is spraying chemical to the farm and where it will produce the food that human being will consume. That is not well. So you need to save yourself from that. The last water, which is a byproduct of 11.5, is strong acid water, 2.5. So 2.5 is one of the reasons why they use Kangen machine in hospital in Japan, because they use it to sterilize surgical equipment because it kills 99.9% of germs You can use it as an hand sanitizer, mopping the floor, cleaning your environment, your computer, your phones, and all that. You can spray it with the air. 2.5 is really, really fantastic. You can also use to goggle your mouth if you have bad breath or you have tooth aching or sore throat. 2.5 is fantastic. Do you know that if you eat food poison, 2.5 can save you? You can drink 2.5. You might be wondering, why should somebody drink water that is so acidic? Yes, the Coke you are drinking, check the acid of Coke, check acid of Lacacera, check all those drinks that you have been drinking before now. You'll be surprised to see the acid content is almost the same thing with this water. But this water, no chemical, no chlorine, because all that have been removed just to help you. So you have anything, you eat food poisoning, 2.5 can save you. You have gassing, that is constipation, 11.5 is the best. Can you see that? So the usefulness of the water. All these I've already done a lot of, experiment on all this, and I've gotten a fantastic result on it. So let's watch 2.5. Also for your skin, 2.5 is good. This one with eczema, spray 2.5, but drinking 9.5 regularly to take care of the internal body system so that your outer body can be a reflection of your internal body. So 2.5 is the best to get rid of all this nonsense on your skin, whether psoriasis or whatever. This psoriasis that expand faster in the body system before and after. These guys suffer for psoriasis for good 15 years, and less than 60 days, spraying 2.5 and drinking 9.5, the body has gone back to normal. This lady also, you can see the way it's looking awkward. Psoriasis has really dealt with her, has really reduced her self-esteem, but less than 2 months for spraying 2.5 and drinking 9.5, the result is amazing. So a lot of recognitions, award for certificate on these technologies, but we like to check 3 certificates. 1, Ministry of Health in Japan certified Kangen machine with this certificate as a medical device certification machine. International Standard Organization certified with this certificate ISO 13485. You can only see that number in any hospital equipment. So Kangen machine is a medical device right there in your kitchen that the job is a mini clinic in your home in water. Thank you. In 2003, when distributor entered New York, Water Quality Association of the United States of America certified Kangen machine with a gold seal. That is, it is a premium machine, premium product that is healthy for your family to drink water from. Now, this is a machine that produces all this wonder that we have been talking about. I believe you have really got a lot of value from this. So this is not a water purifier. This is ionized machine. So either you call it Kangen machine or medical device. That's the name. So don't call Kangen water alkaline water. If you are calling it alkaline, you have to use what? Ionized alkaline water to differentiate the alkaline, because there are other alkaline machines out there, but they cannot ionize the water. This is ionized alkaline, which makes the water natural to heal yourself and heal your body system. How we get that fact? Okay, so this is a factory, is in Okinawa, Japan, producing this technology since 1974, serving the whole world for these wonderful technologies. And I believe you see value in what I've presented. What value can you place? Please go to the chat box and type value. If you can see the value in the presentation and you see that you are ready to pick up your machine, please type value in the comment section and let's have your way. So I want to introduce the first machine, which is called K8, the almighty K8. Wow. In Nigeria, the values is about 6 million. But first, before we talk about the value, this machine has 8 titanium plates. And it speaks 10 languages. Before it was 8, but they increased to 10. It's a premium product. It's designed for the elite. It's designed for the rich. You know, rich always want to differentiate and get something different. Like, you know, the rich would like to buy Rolls Royce, wherever that person will go for lesser car. Okay, so this is designed for that. You have the money, you want to enjoy your life, go for K8. So K8 speaks 10 language and 8 titanium plates. All right. And the value in Nigeria is 6,235,000 naira. in US, I think it's about $5,600. Okay, thereabout. All right, so that is that. You can pick it. 5-year warranty. Minimum lifespan use is 30 years. Level Look SZ501 Platinum. Platinum, you can see the cover is really platinum. All right, it has 7 plates, 5. It speaks 5 language. Okay, 7 plate, but speaks 5 language. Of course, what you need is English. So you can go for either this or that. All right. How much is 5,160,000 naira? Level Look SZ501 is a medical device. All a medical device for 5-year warranty and 30 years minimum lifespan use. The next one is Level Look SZ541. This one is SZ541. This one have also 7 plates, but speak only 1 language. So in your region, English is already programmed in English. If it is French, it's going to be in French. Okay? So whatever region you find yourself, if you buy it, it is going to be in your language. Is it Korean? It will be in your Korean language. All right? So it speaks 1 language, 7 plates. The price in Nigeria is 4,837,500 naira. So 5-year warranty also, and minimum lifespan also is 30 years. Any of the machine, they are all same lifespan, and also warranty is all 5 years. Okay? And we also have the last one, which is called Junior, SZ Junior. So it's 4,085,000. This one, it doesn't speak. It doesn't speak, but it can write. All of them write and speak, but this one, it only writes, it doesn't speak. If you also want, if that's what your money can go, fine, my brother, go for it. In fact, I have a lot of people in Nigeria using it for commercial. Very fantastic machine. Any of the machine is fantastic. All right. Thank you and God bless you. So I'm going to open the floor. Okay, before that, this is the Anespa. Anespa is 3,870,000 naira. And Anespa is 3 years warranty. Okay, it's not 5 years warranty, 3 years warranty. Okay, you can also buy it. Give it as a gift for your wife on the wedding anniversary or your wife's birthday. Is the best. All right, is the best. I'm telling you, is the best. Okay, so all I've said is just in caption that we have here. Okay, only medical grade water machine, ISO standard 13485 medical standard. Only machine that can produce 11.5 and 2.5. 5-year warranty, 30 years minimum lifespan. Every 5 years they shifted it. Okay, the machine now is 31 years, so they shift to 30 years. Okay, one of the kind patented e-cleaning systems, that is the maintenance that the machine does. The machine service itself on daily basis, and also another service you can do is every 3 months if you're using for private. But commercial, you do e-cleaning every month. But private, you do it once in 3 months. But this particular e-cleaning, the machine does it every day. Said, auto cleaning, the machine does it daily. The machine will just say cleaning. Once you say it, you don't fetch it. Allow the water to go through the machine. Then after, the machine will welcome you with Kangen water because it speaks. So once it shows Kangen, you can start fetching. All right, that is, the machine does that every day. All right, then e-cleaning will send you the video, then you wash, then you can set it by yourself. That's it. Thank you and God bless you. So if you have any questions, this is where we're going to do that. So this is the bank account details. If you're in Nigeria, you can transfer here and give us your details, your proof of payment, and also any of your identification to identify that name is yours. Then we can process your machine, your email address, and your physical address. Then the machine can be coded in your name. All the security goes to you. So please, the floor now is open for question and answer. Now, somebody asks for a child of 5 years. Now, let me say this. Only somebody that you cannot give Kangen water is babies. That is breastfeeding babies. From 0 to 6, 7, 8, 9. Once the child started eating normal food, carbohydrate, then you can graduate them to Kangen water. So whether it's 1 year or 2 years, I have my sons in the house that is, the boy is just like 4 years. When he was 9 months, I started drinking Kangen water till date. Very strong boy, very, very strong boy. Okay, very strong. I'm saying that, very strong. So child can start drinking. Even now, it's just 4 years, not even up to 5 years. All right. So that is that. So all other questions, please, the floor is open. You can unmute yourself and put the question forward. or you can put it in a chat in chat corner so we can be able to address it. I believe you really enjoy it. You find it so interesting.